Now Francesco Morace, President of Future Concept Lab, and then we will have time just for one question from you or from me or from yourself, one to each other, so we can do the panel session very quickly and go on with our program. Thank you, Francesco.
Thank you very much for the invitation. It's a pleasure to stay with you. And we have seen really very exciting case histories and example of emerging industries. My contribution, I'm a sociologist, so my contribution could be to understand better why and how these are emerging industries. And to do it, I want to present you briefly some paradigms. The paradigms are not trends or megatrends, but really are very strong and deep change in our mind, in terms of values, in terms of experiences. So probably if we understand better these paradigms, we can understand why and how these are emerging industries. And we can imagine probably future emerging industries. At the end, this is the exercise that I want to propose you. The first paradigm is exactly what Frankie told us some minutes ago. So the Latteria Ugolini is the example of unique and universal emerging industry. This is exactly the opposite of the idea, the traditional idea of globalization, where, you know, the idea was think globally, act locally. But at the end, many times the idea to think globally was to imitate the Americans, because the uniqueness of our origin was completely left. We have an example there. So the Havaianas, it's a Brazilian brand. We supported the change of mind of this company in the past, defining Hawaii, Havaianas, the brand, had the idea to imitate the Americans. Hawaii is not in Brazil. But now they understood that it is much more interesting for the consumers in everywhere in the world to perceive the Brazilianness of the brand and of the product. And today they use the Brazilian flag colors, the Brazilian flag, and so on. So the uniqueness is what we love, not uniformity. The second paradigm, I think many speakers explained it before, is the crucial and sustainable. Sustainability is not just the ecological thinking. Yes, the environment is extremely important, but the crucial dimension is to understand that we have some crucial resources as health, safety. We have seen before examples on this area. So the crucial and sustainable is a future driver. But this is important because we have here the example, this is a Milanese company, the Discipline, beautiful designed, consciously made. In Milan, we are extremely good in this. So to define a new standard of quality that is consciously made, but also beautiful designed. And this dimension, the aesthetics, will be extremely important in the future for the emerging industries. The third paradigm is trust and sharing. It's the idea that the power of reciprocity today is really a major force. If Coke, that is one of the biggest companies in the world, understood that the personalization of the product is an interesting way to commercialize it, evidently this is a major driver for the future. So the idea, I want to be the protagonist. The new generations are in this idea. I am the protagonist. I'm not passive. I'm not a consumer. I'm a consumators. I'm active in this acception. The fourth is probably the most original paradigm, because it's not so, I want to explain better. The quick and deep. Why? Because we were in the past used to think that if something is fast, we have to sacrifice the quality of the experience. Today, we have not, for example, the fast food, but we have the fast good. If you go here in Italy, in this place, you can have a very accessible and quick product service experience, but extremely good in terms of substance. So we have probably to change the idea that or we are fast or we are quality driven. In which way we can use this paradigm in terms of scenario? The first way is to understand better the emerging consumer scenarios, because more and more in the world people are in search of uniqueness on one side, are in search of services and desires that are accessible and quick. They want share experiences. You can think about the social network. Facebook is the major way to share, to create a friends community. So trust and sharing. And then people are in search of sustainability. Sustainability today is quality of life, is well-being. The second way to use the paradigms is exactly to understand better the emerging industries. Because if we understand that the key characteristics for the future are global gratification in this area of unique and universal, that is attraction and distinctiveness. Attraction and distinctiveness. For this reason, someone before, in the first part of the afternoon, explained that design high quality is probably the future for Europe and for Italy and probably for Milan. So the smart specialization is an expression of the unique and universal paradigm. Quick and deep, the quick solutions. The US, the Americans are very strong in this area of quick and deep and in tech and touch. The click of Google is the example of the quick and deep experience. What we can do as Europeans, probably we can define a different way to be in this area through the tailor-made, so personalizing. We can really improve professions, proposing new factors of competence in this area of the quick and deep. Trust and sharing, the social innovation, the open innovation. Someone explained it before very well, this area, and this area of innovation and sustainability. Because sustainability is the new big thing for the future, something that we can really use to understand the future doing different things. The third way, this is the final slide, is in which way we can create new clusters, new field of activity. Are not the traditional clusters, but are opportunities, possible application of the paradigms in different sessions, in different area of activity. Just to have some examples, the design visions, the design for all, the inclusive design is, for example, a very interesting area for emerging industries. And it is relatively new, innovative. The fair fashion process, it's a very interesting application, the crucial and sustainable in a fashion dimension that normally is not so interested in the crucial and sustainable area. So we can really cross all we can create new opportunities. So the luxury, made for luxuries in Europe, in France, in Italy, in Great Britain. No? We have different examples of application, but it's important to understand the global scenario, the global frame, because in this way we can imagine the emerging industries for the future. In art and craft, we have seen the example of 3D printing, or the making movement, or the bioarchitecture and constructions. So really, we have a lot of opportunity, understanding urban experience, understanding that the future will be the smart city. So in the smart city, we need city scanning, wearables, design products, energy and transport system analytics. So this is another possible area. Media and performance, the digital storytelling, the infographics and web analytics. As Laurent explained it very well, this sensoriality in terms of performance and hospitality and culture. There, the last area, the care and wellness, is clearly a very interesting area that we can really apply in our imagination of the future. But we imagine using these paradigms. It's clear, are not the only paradigms, but in 12 minutes I selected some of them, and I selected what is, I believe, the most relevant for the European industries. So this is a little bit my contribution. Thank you very much, and probably now we can discuss a little bit all together. Thank you very much.